Okay, guys. Hey, welcome to In the Kitchen. I'm Alex. That's Lance. That's James. And let's go ahead and get started on today's sport topics. Okay, so let's talk about the Cowboys. What do you think? Are they back? I mean, they had a pretty good game this week. What's up?
What's up? You want to take it? You want me to take it?
You said you were going to take it.
I'll take it. All right.
Okay.
That's a good question. I think it'll depend on this next game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's easy for them to come in and beat an 0-5 team.
0-6 now.
0-6 now.
0-7 now.
Okay, 0-6 team. The thing is where I see the hope is, one, our defense was flying around the ball. That was the first time since preseason that I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That they were just like all over the ball. We should have had another pick had not been for a holding penalty and stuff. But I thought our defense specifically looked really good. On top of that, I thought our offensive line was dominant. I thought Zeke ran with a purpose, and this was the first game that I've seen him this year where his first steps were so explosive.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time. Otherwise, I seen him, he kind of looked kind of slow. I was like,
yeah,
maybe he's a little overweight, maybe he's a little out of shape. I don't know. But this is the first game coming off that bye that I saw him with that really quick first step, and he was hitting the holes like he was supposed to, and that's why you see him have a beast game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, the 49ers haven't been like laying over against teams. They've been competitive in their games. You know what I'm saying? So I thought maybe it would be more like that. I thought it might be competitive, but I was like, no, dude, if the Cowboys are going to be a legitimate playoff team, they need to come into the weaker team and dominate them from start to finish, and that's exactly what they did. Also, I want to give a shout out and props to Jeff Heath. We kind of like wrecked him last week, kind of talking bad about him and stuff. He came in, he did his thing with the kicks, and it made a game that was already really cool since we're winning or whatever, but made it really interesting to see, like, he's doing the kicks, he's kicking field goals, and he made them all but one, so.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of cool. Like,
No, he missed two.
No, he missed.
He only missed one.
He missed.
He kicked three.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I totally disagree on two things with you. Jeff Heath, I'm not going to give you props for anything. You were scoring an extra point when leading by 30. Get out of here. You could have put Tony Romo back in there, and he would have probably made something happen too with that kick. Another thing, I disagree. It's going to take way more than just this past game and this game for them to show that they're back. Yeah, it's a division game is tough, but the expectations we have for the Cowboys and the way the Eagles just beat the Redskins, I think the Cowboys are going to do the same thing to the Redskins. Why? Because I don't think the Redskins are a legitimate team. They have I think Kirk Cousins is a franchise QB, not a maybe Tom Brady, an Aaron Rodgers, a Joe Brees, a Peyton. Maybe not one of those, but a guy that'll keep you in the ball game. An Alex Smith, one of those dudes. Damn, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Well, I mean, how you were talking about Kirk Cousins being a...
Oh, yeah, and Kirk... Yeah, so I do think Kirk Cousins is a legit quarterback, but the team that he has is not. He lost Deshaun Jackson last year. He lost Pierre Garçon to the 49ers, and Deshaun Jackson's Tampa. He doesn't have the weapons he needs around him to make him successful, and the defense is not all there. Plus, they lost, I think, 2 more guys this week. The team is not where it needs to be, so you can say, oh, if the Cowboys beat them, it'll make them legit. Mm-hmm. The test I think will be the next 2 weeks after that, Atlanta and the Kansas City Chiefs.
And that's true, and I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is,
okay,
it's not about just beating the Redskins, but dominating.
Okay.
Like, you can go into, if we had gone into the 49ers and barely beat them by a touchdown or 2 points or whatever, I would have been upset. That's the weaker team. That's the lesser team. We're better than that. We need to show up and show out.
The defense isn't
Patriots,
that bad.
The Patriots are a beast team, and they do that to teams, the weaker teams, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, start to finish the game.
All right, yeah.
Speaking of Patriots.
So what about the Patriots? What do y'all think about that? Like,
Super Bowl rematch?
All right, well, I mean, what do you think about Brady? Do you think he's going to be playing until he's 45?
What do you think?
I say yes. I say this year's going to be a rough year for him because he's getting hit so much. He's taking a lot of sacks. But I think they invest into an offensive line. I think after this year, after seeing the kind of hits he's been taking, they're going to invest into an offensive line and a running back, which they've not had.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, he's playing MVP football. That guy is carrying his team.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing to see what he's doing. It's crazy. Not only that, but the Super Bowl rematch, dude, Atlanta was flat. Just came out with nothing. And like I said, like the dominant team needs to prove its dominance every single week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were the better team. And with all the talk, with all the rematch hype and all that stuff, they came in and said, no, we are the better team. We were the better team then, we're the better team now, and just played a whooping on them.
Tom Brady is, to me, he is the GOAT of all quarterbacks. And I mean, I can say that with so much evidence. I mean, look at the 7 Super Bowl trips, 5 rings, most of any quarterback. Yeah, you can argue that he's got Belichick. He's always had these defenses, but no matter what, he's been in the games through 17 weeks of a season, and then plus playoffs. Always making deep playoff runs every year.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I do not think he's going to play until 45. Yes, he's taking a lot of hits. He already has 17. No. What was it? Where did he break? 18 sacks this year. A lot more than he had all of last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's 40 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and he's getting beat up. He's still performing at 2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions through 7 games. This guy's getting it done, but he's gonna realize, I got 5 Super Bowl rings. What am I throwing my body out here for? I'm 40 years old. I'm married.
Because he loves the game, man.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You can
I see the love of the game.
This is my
through
thing.
him more than any other player.
A player's gonna love a game until the day he dies. Brett Favre still loves the game.
That's not always true.
Brett Favre is gonna. Okay. You're right. But what I'm saying is, when you find a player like Tom Brady, eventually Father's time is gonna take over, and that time is gonna happen way before he's 45. I couldn't say way before 45 because he's already at 40. You know, but I give him maybe through next year tops, because he's 40 years old. He's getting beat. If 40 is a new 30, then yeah, he's gonna be there until I don't know, maybe 48. But I do not think he's getting to 45 at all. Even with these stats, he's performing great. But look at Brett Favre, 2009, 2010 season, and 12-4 with the Vikings. He went to the NFC Championship, and then he just couldn't get it done anymore. Why? Because he's like, bro, my body hurts. It hurts. I just can't do it anymore as a 40-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But Tom Brady, the GOAT, no doubt. If he retires in the middle of the season right now, it won't matter. He's done what he's needed to do in his career already.
I think he's gonna do it just to do it.
I think the thing is that the Patriots, last point, the Patriots are the best team at revitalizing and changing their offense. I think after seeing how many hits he's taken and knowing that he wants to play to 45, that they'll build him an offensive line and they'll get him a solid running back.
Yeah, I can see that.
I say he chooses to retire while on top.
That's also, I can see that too. Okay, so what do you think about the Cowboys? Do you think they're gonna win the NFC?
Well, I'm super biased here. Like, I mean,
Of course.
I of course think they're
Yes.
going to win the NFC. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's going to come down to the last game of the season, just like it did in 2011, 2012, 2013. Came down to the Cowboys and the other team in the division for those 3 years. Cowboys lost every single one of those games. One of them, Romo was out. The other one, Romo threw a
I think we
pick.
lost each of those to each of the other 3 teams.
Yes.
Giants, Eagles.
2011 lost it to the Super Bowl winning champs,
Giants.
Giants. 2012 lost it to a hot RG3, won 7 games in a row to make playoffs, finished 9-7. There were 2-7 guys, and they finished 9-7. And then against the Eagles, when I think Nick Foles. Nick Foles, there you go. But back to the point, it's gonna come down to the last game, and I can't tell you who's gonna win it, if the Cowboys is gonna win it or if the Eagles is gonna win it, because both teams have a legit quarterback. Yes, Carson Wentz's record doesn't reflect that last year, but he's still doesn't take away from the smart, mature plays that he did. And this year, I think he's leading the NFL in touchdown passes with 17, and he only has 4 interceptions. Dak is not too far behind, 4 interceptions. But Dak has 3 rushing touchdowns in the 1 each in the last 3 games. It's gonna be a shootout. I think they're gonna split the whoever. If there's a sweep, if the Eagles sweep the Cowboys, Eagles win the division. If the Cowboys sweep the Eagles, Cowboys win the division no matter what. If they split, I don't know who's gonna win it because it's going to come down to their record and who they beat and who they played in.
I'm curious to see that answer. I'm curious to see how the defense responds losing Fletcher Cox and Jordan Hicks because they're out for the season. Both those guys
look pretty bad.
Massive key players on their defense. If they don't have them, I'm curious to see what other teams are able to do against them. As far as the division goes, I want to say they split. They each go 1-1 against each other. I agree with you. I think it's going to go down to the last game, to the last couple weeks. I'm pretty confident in both those teams either getting the seed and the wild card spot though, if the Cowboys are in fact back on track.
Okay. I think
if our defense continues to struggle, that's a different story because we play, like you said, Atlanta, the Chiefs after the rest.
They only allowed 3 points against what's supposed to be a very competitive team because they hang in there. But 0-7 is 0-7, man. Like, there's no coming back from that. They're still technically in playoffs if they can win 9 games in a row, but no. But I definitely do see both of these teams making playoffs, Cowboys and Philadelphia. Who's winning the division? I don't know. This is going to be like 2011, 2012, 2013 all over again. It's going to come down to the last game, but this time the teams are good.
Also keep in mind, when you get to November, December football, that's when it starts getting cold. That's where the running game takes over. Every single team that has a dominant run game, they take over November, December football.
And what was the Cowboys' record last year in December? I know they beat the Lions. They lost to the Eagles, but that don't really count.
We went.
They went 2-2, I think, because they lost to.
We lost to the Eagles. We lost to the Eagles in the last game of the season, but
and the Giants.
Nobody played. Yeah, we didn't play.
Tony Romo played.
I'm saying without Jordan Hicks, without Fletcher Cox, and their run stopping, when we play them at the end of the season, that might be the swing. You know what I'm saying? If we can steal one early and then keep that one in our back pocket, I think.
Injuries are never good, but good for the Cowboys in this case.
All right, cool. So let's talk a little bit about the NBA. What do y'all think about LeBron James? Do you think he's gonna? How many more rings do you think he's gonna get? Or what?
How many more rings?
Yeah.
I'd say LeBron. He's already got 3. He's already lost 5 finals. I'd say LeBron will get at least. No, I think he's. So hard, man, because look, LeBron is LeBron, man. He's made the finals the last 7 years. Regardless of all the losses that he has, he's put himself in a position year in, year out to make something happen, and all he needs to have is his teammates wake up. The Spurs, they got Greg Popovich and the system. You have reliable teammates. You just need that one player. And I feel, Kawhi can be that one player. Marcus Aldridge has shown some production this year. And then, Golden State, you got all the talented players and the system. They're built off of the Spurs system. They drafted Klay Thompson draft, Steph Curry draft, Draymond Green draft, and then Iguodala in the free agency, and then Kevin Durant free agency. You add a couple pieces. But before that, they were already a championship team, 73-win team. So, but LeBron, with the case with him is, what type of team is he gonna have this year in the finals?
Which is curious because
and then right now he already had to start playing the point because you got Derrick Rose out again. Which I saw it, I called it. Derrick Rose, he can't. Anybody who argue me that Derrick Rose is Derrick Rose ass, I called it. He's gonna get hurt. He's not reliable. If he's not there, well, what's he good to you? So now he had to play a point. Check out his stats, playing point. 34 points, 13 assists. He already averages 7 for his career assists per game. This guy's another Magic Johnson at the point, but you know what? He don't have his Kareem. He don't have Tony Parker's Timmy. He don't got that other guy.
Yeah.
To and yeah, he had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. At the end of the day, when they won the rings, is when LeBron performed at his level. The first ring they lost in 2010, his first season, when
with
with the Heat to the Mavs. LeBron James scored only, I think, 7 points in one of those finals games. Are you kidding me? He did not show up. The next year, they play the Spurs, number 2 seeded Spurs, and they take him to 7 games. He averages almost a triple-double in the finals. When LeBron is good, no matter what, he just needs a supporting role. Because no matter what, you can't do it by himself. But I think the real question is, what type of team is he going to have in the finals? And then we'll see how many rings he'll get. But I think he gets... Okay, answer the question. He gets 2. 2 more.
2 more?
I was going to say the same thing. 2.
How many more tries? I say he's going to go to at least. I want to say 4, dude. I want to say 4, but I say he's
3. I say he's got 4 to 5 years.
Going to the finals?
Yeah.
Still?
I would say.
Yeah.
What about in a row or?
But my point is, it depends on who that number 2 guy's going to be, right? Because you had Kyrie Irving.
But right now,
who's that?
That's what I'm saying. Who's it going to be this year? Because it could have been Derrick Rose. He got hurt. Then they got Isaiah Thomas. He's not ready. He's not playing right now. When he comes back, how long will it take for him to
and will he be at the same level as last year? He's a little older.
And they just got Dwayne Wade, who's a little bit older. He's a little bit past his prime. I'm like, who's that second guy going to be? Because one of the things you see when you watch LeBron James, I feel so bad for him because he has to play every single minute in order for them to win. When he takes a seat, that team blows.
Yeah. 37 minutes the first game, 31 the second.
There's no one else
this year already.
If you take LeBron James out of that team sucks. It's
Team
insane to watch.
That team is going to be the team that it was when Kyrie was there by himself and LeBron James has to sit out because of rest or injury. Like, it showed last year, and it's going to show again this year.
Damn, yo, that's a lot.
Just depends on who that second guy's going to be. Who's going to step up?
Take a hold of him.
Yeah, I mean, if Isaiah comes back and he's fine, the team's got nothing to worry about. I say Isaiah had a better season than Kyrie did last year. But I think Kyrie is the better player overall. One, because he's younger. 2, he's taller and he can play a little bit better defense. But Isaiah had the better season last year. And if he can perform anywhere near that, LeBron will be just fine again. Another smooth ride to the finals.
JR has to hit his threes, and Kevin Love has to be consistent. That dude spectates way too much.
Way too much. I mean, he does some good stuff on staying in front of a guy and trying to play defense. But I mean, it's just Kevin Love. Nobody wanted him in a trade. Y'all saw that meme? That meme? There's gonna be a crazy 3-way trade between all these teams, but nobody wanted Kevin Love.
Like, spectator, man. You might as well be sitting in the stand.
Dang. Okay. Cool. Well, there's our show.
Bing bang.
Those are all the topics. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. This is In the Kitchen. Go ahead and follow us at Twitter at 1and underscore TH3 underscore kitchen. Like, subscribe on YouTube. You can check us out in the description below.
Tell them about what's coming up.
Oh yeah. So we are a production company and with Redwood Entertainment, and we're gonna be releasing our 48-hour film, which is Holism, and it's kind of like a sci-fi mad scientist type of film, and these are our 2 stars right here, mad scientist and
Clay Vernon.
Clay Vernon
is the character's name.
Yeah, so y'all should check it out. It's gonna be releasing soon in Redwood. So
when's it coming out again?
When is it coming out again?
No one told me.
I think we mentioned a January release date. Isn't that what we said? January. Yeah, it's gonna be the first week of January. The end of the first week of January. That's right. That's right. Check it out then.
Yeah. Cool. So, like I said, like, subscribe. We'll see you next week. Peace. Next week.